Hey, Stargazers, it's Miss Jenny, and it is December 26th, 2024. This is going to be a really quick video. So, this year in 2025, we do, in fact, have some major planetary signatures happening. And I'm making this quick video in response to or in reaction to some of the fear mongers out here, very well known fear mongers who apparently had the peroxide that dyed their hair was gone to their freaking brain and damaged it because they're just whipping up all kinds of, oh my God, everywhere. Again, always, right? No one is surprised. And no one is surprised that they are also big MAGA cheerleaders. So I can't let these voices go unresponded to. Okay, so we know Pluto has moved into Aquarius this year, or just at the end of this last year, right? 24, and it's officially in Aquarius in 2025. We also know in the United States here that one of the things that came with this Pluto entry into Aquarius was Luigi Mangione, our own American Robin Hood, which brought to a festering hussy break in the boil about our frustration and our anger and our rage with greed, corporate greed, and the healthcare industry, private healthcare. Which, by the way, some of these people that our current president-elect is trying to put in office are trying to go do away with Medicaid and Medicare, the things your grandma and grandpa rely on for their medical insurance, are trying to get rid of and privatize because privatized health insurance has been working so well so far for all of us. Yeah, go MAGA. You guys voted him in. Neptune and Saturn will both be leaving Pisces and entering Aries. Now, the thing I want you guys to keep in mind is when Saturn and Neptune both leave Pisces and into Aries, the time of second chances is over. Like literally what you see is what you get at that point. So get it right, get it together, like get your house in order now. And make a reckoning as best you can, because once we get to the Saturn Neptune portion of the show entering Aries, that's it, we're done. Like these are not forgiving placements, okay? And there is no 11th hour miracle that will come and save you with these two particular planets in Aries. So I'm just saying, this is a really good time to have a come to Jesus moment for yourself and maybe get really honest about where you've not done the best by yourself and the people around you. Uranus will be moving through the late degrees of Taurus. It will enter Gemini, but it will roll back into Taurus. So we will have Uranus in the stormy degrees, or those fixed stars rather, of Taurus, Gemini, late degrees Taurus, early degrees Gemini. So, it will not be the easiest time. Like all the challenges that they're warning about, like it's there astrologically as far as a signature. It's also there. So this is not going to be fun and festivities. But like here's the thing, right? There's a point in life, in every point in every life, there's time where you get to where somebody has to ask the question is like, what is it going to take? What is it going to take? Is this what it's going to take? Because if this is what it's going to take, here you go, buddy. There you go. Like this is what it took, right? So there's a point in everything where we hit a turning point, and it's literally the moment where the universe is asking us, what is it going to take? Is this it? Because here you go. And this is kind of where we're at. So, get right, have a come to Jesus moment, do whatever it is that you need to do, but get really honest about where you're at, where you've been, how you got here, how we all got here, right? And stop pointing fingers to other people. Other people have their own stuff and reckoning to deal with, but ultimately we have to ask ourselves, how have I allowed my life to get here? And how do I change direction from here? Okay. And the only difference between us and the MAGA supporters is that we knew what was coming, right? Because we've been paying attention, and we're not sitting there going, "Well, I didn't think he was lying to me." He's been lying from day one. He's never been anything but obvious about who he is and what his intentions are, right? So jokes on everybody else. Like if he's been lying and you've just now figured it out, it's because you've been lying to yourself. So the difference is we're prepared for all the hardship as best as you're going to be. That's going to come with these times during this year. But for those of you who are just, I don't even know how we're on the same galaxy, honestly. Like having this happen on top of realizing that you've been lying to yourself the entire time is kind of like when you wake up and you thought you had a perfectly good marriage. and your partner's been having an affair for years, right? Because clearly the only person lying to themselves about what's going on in this marriage was you. That kind of hurt. It's not going to be easy. I want to feel worse for people, but listen, you voted him in. You voted him in. You bought it hook, line, sinker. Okay. Now, from April to June, we've got some big activity going on. And the expression of cruelty is the point. We will see it driven home, in no uncertain terms, April, May, and June, right? Those are the spring is not going to be fun. Unfortunately, this is going to ruin our spring. And we're going to see a lot of very delusional people, flag waving for their personal causes. Which may or may not have anything to do with rooted in reality as much as their personal delusional ideologies. So be prepared for that. By the time we get down to July, right on the heels of that, we should have, at that point, that's when things should break open, and we should have a much more clear sense of how bad the damage is going to be. So there's that. September, October, November is the next set of months we've got to get through, which is going to bring all sorts of problems and issues. Saturn and Neptune are both going to be retrograde at the 29th degree of Pisces. So there is the possibility that we might have a saving grace here, because they will also be sextiling Uranus at 29 Taurus. So we might have an 11th hour miracle in here come September, October, November. But I don't know. I mean, we have to plan these things, and we have to invite them in. They're not going to happen on their own. Pluto will also be stationing direct that month in October, at the same time that Saturn and Neptune are going retrograde and backing up in the 29th Aries. So we're going to have an opportunity to find our way out of this mess in the winter of this 2025, but all year long, it's a problem. It's going to be a problem. So I don't have anything good to tell you. I'm not going to waste your time with a bunch of data and aspects, because what's that going to give you? Nothing, right? So all I can say is right now is plan and prepare for the worst. Plan and prepare for the worst. Don't buy anything that you don't need to buy. Stock up on goods that will keep. Make sure you've got money set aside as best you can, and it's going to be tough. We'll get through it, but it's going to be tough. And don't buy any wooden nickels from Saturday preachers that are traveling through town, because we're going to have plenty of those this year too. All right. If you'd like an actual breakdown of the whole year in more detail, let me know and I'll do it. Otherwise, I just don't have the energy to put in here to cover this in aspect when, clearly, I don't know. That's not what people want to hear. Also, just to let you guys know, I will be on and off the channel for a while. I will be starting a separate channel on health and wellness because I just recently survived a stroke. I am upright, walking around. I have all my faculties. I've got a few deficits as a result of it. So I literally got really, really lucky. And again, I've been given a second chance. And, the big thing about second chances is being smart enough to recognize when you've been given one. So I'm going to try and make good use of that. And I'm going to, change direction a little bit in terms of what I need to do around here. So if you guys are interested, let me know, and I'll link or I'll make an announcement for the health and wellness channel I'm trying to start in the next couple of months. In the meantime, I'll be in and out here. If you'd like the whole year broken down, we can do that. Otherwise, I don't have a lot. I don't know a lot to give you guys because, the peroxide MAGA cheerleader blondes and, all the, blah, 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 old stuffy, baby boomers that are practicing astrology and promoting nihilism, are not necessarily helping the cause here. So, and if that's what people want, that's what they want. I've been talking to you guys for well over a year, so there's nothing I'm going to say now that's going to make any difference, I suppose. Anyway, except hang in there, and it's not nearly as bad as some people would have you believe.